First, outline the top half of the lip cookies. Take the scribe tool, move the icing around so it flattens out nicely. You can even shake the cookie a little bit. Set that aside to crust over. Once it has, you can add the bottom of the lip. This way here your two sections will stay separate and not melt together. Again, just take that scribe tool, even out the icing. You can also use a toothpick if you don't have a scribe tool. Alright, on to the next cookie. We're going to take a small heart cookie cutter and outline that with edible marker. This will give you some guidelines for putting that heart in. Go ahead and fill the heart with pink. And since we don't need a hard line to separate these, we're going to go ahead and add the white right away. So no need to wait for it to crust or anything. Go ahead and outline your cookie. And this can be done in any shape. I just happen to have this plaque shape. Go ahead and spread that icing around. I like to use a little bit of a thicker icing. I find it doesn't fall off the edge of the cookie quite as easily. You do have to spread it a little bit more, but that does give you some more control. Now add a dot, run that scribe tool through it for a little heart, and a couple of pink dots. And just pull the scribe tool right through, give it a little shake, and you'll have some cute little hearts. Here's another take on the same kind of cookie. Again, outline that heart in pink. Give it a quick shake. And then back with the white. And smooth that all out. You can even use the scribe tool to guide the icing a little bit. Here's a different plaque. I'm going to outline this one in pink. And go back in and flood the cookie. Now add some white dots. Now I was going for a spiral effect here, but you could put them down in any design you wanted. And I also have some royal icing transfers that I had made earlier with a stiff white royal icing and a flower tip. I just put those on some parchment paper and let them dry. They're nice little additions to cookies. You can leave them in a jar and just take them out whenever you need them. Now here's a triple heart cookie. I like the idea of this cutter, but actually making designs on it, I kind of find it difficult. I'll show you a couple different takes on what I figured out to do with it. And I did notice they have this one again this year in Walmart. I believe it was under $1 for the cutter. And this one here, I'm going to follow the outlines, make some stripes with the icing, And then run that scribe tool back and forth to make a little pattern on the next heart. I'm going to do some dots all around the edges and one in the middle of each side of the heart. And just run those into little hearts again. And then the last heart, another royal icing transfer. Put a little dot in the center for the center of the flower to match what your project is. And then outline. Next cookie is a heart with an arrow through it. I'm going to start by outlining the heart and filling it in with pink and evening that icing out. Shake it to get it nice and smooth. Then clean up your air bubbles. Again, we're going to lay some stripes across and use the scribe tool. First going down and then up. This creates almost a little bit of a chevron pattern. You can go back and clean up your edges just a little bit if you need to. Give it a shake to blend those together. And that'll make the arrow portion of the cookie. Here's the second take on the triple heart. This time we'll do a heart in pink. With 3 big hearts. Aside from the lip cookies, most of these are cookies that you can do in one sitting rather than having to wait for things to crust over. It's a lot of wet on wet techniques. Fill the second heart with white. Sometimes you might get a little bit of bleeding off of the pink depending upon the humidity in your house. This time I've outlined the pink side with white and the white side with pink. Gone back over and done stripes, shook it to blend together. And then ran my scribe tool through for a little marbled effect. And that leaves just enough pink on the white to separate those hearts. Another take on the heart with an arrow cookie, again, outline fled in pink. This time we're going to do the stripes on a diagonal. Back through in one direction. You can wipe the scribe tool in between each pass if you'd like. That gives you a cleaner line. And clean up your edges. And then again, a royal icing transfer. I like to take a lot of my leftover icing and make transfers so I have them around for various projects, especially ones like these that are white. If you were doing a blue cookie, you could put a blue center, yellow cookie, yellow center, whatever you'd like. Now this time I did a little wet on wet to make a little fletching for that arrow. And just a little bit of a heart at the end. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I have lots more planned. So be sure and hit that subscribe button.